Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. Welcome back to the channel and happy new year to every single one of you. I hope you all had an excellent time with your families celebrating in the new year. Me and Beanie went away for a few nights, went to see some family, a little bit of a road trip. Not too far, but we went down, see some of the family, and yeah, spent the New Year's there. So I'm back. It's now New Year's Day, and I've got the latest version of Calmsden from Oxy to carry on the testing. And I've been looking forward to this. Been excited actually to get back on Calmsden because yeah, it's just a brilliant map, and it's looking better each time I get a new version of Oxy. I'll go through some of the new features. That's why I've gone into October. I am on a new save game because it was needed, and which is something to expect when I'm doing the testing and kind of doing the series. But I'm trying to make it so it makes sense still, not just kind of jump through. So because I did the harvest in the last episode, I set this field up where it's just got harvested canola texture. Weeds have popped through as well, but it is what it is with that. But I've got rid of all the canola that I harvested. Like I said, I've got plenty of money. It's not about that at the moment. At some point, when all the testing's out and it's been sent to Giants, I feel like, I can properly focus on doing a decent series and a let's play where I'm taking it realistically and I don't want to, add money in here and there. We'll go through and do that, and also want to build this farm, and I've got some exciting stuff about that, and I have to give a shout out to Nathan Photography for sending over a finished version that he did for the FS22 version of Calmsden, and he even showed it to Oxy, and he was proper impressed. So I might, because I got permission from Nathan Photography and from Oxy as well, some of the sheds in that are converted versions of Oxy, I can use it to just make a private save game and go through on my Let's Play series and show it off. But I want to make the new farm that we showed off in the last episode, so I'm going to do that at some point. So it will take a little bit of time to get to that because we're doing testing and helping out Oxy here. But no, the map is stunning and some cool things have been added in. Bear with me, it might mean that I have to make a new save game here and there. At the same time, I'm hoping to make it still make sense. So a little bit tricky, but we'll get there. Anyway, no more faffing. Last episode, we started off, we saw a few bugs, the sell points especially, they've been sorted now by Oxy. Might need a few tweaks here and there still, but they've been sorted out. So I think when we looked at it last time, we had a few animal husbandries. We had some extra ones, but right now we've got everything. And also the farm store bales has actually been put back in. So shout out to Oxy there, working fast as ever, picking up on these things. We've got Cotswolds bales there as well. No more animal husbandries over there, and also you've noticed that restaurant's disappeared. So again, like, he's working really fast. I'm sending him these problems, he's watching the videos, and he's doing some excellent work. So I have to take my hats off to Oxy. He's also done a shed ton of the collisions. Now to think about that, that's going to take like hours and hours of sitting there going through thousands of objects to put collisions, but he's pretty much done the majority of them. So you'll be happy to know we're getting close now. Don't know how long it'll take, with testing Giants and all that stuff. That's its own thing. When it gets to Giants, it could get failed on the smallest thing, come back, get sent again. That's the problem. It takes so long because it might take Oxy a couple of minutes. It could do, potentially, to fix like one small thing it's been failed on. But then it's got to go back into the queue, get tested again, and it's just a really long-winded process. I hope Giants prioritise a map like this, knowing how much it's wanted by the players, and if it does get sent back, you can just kind of go back up to the top of the queue because it's already been through the queue. It's not like it's jumping and then get tested, but it depends how it works out. But keep that in mind. It's important to state though, it is getting close, and also Oxy's working his socks off and deserves a hell of a lot of credit for what he's done to get this map in the state it's in. Take all the FS25 features that are great and add them in to the map. So it's not just an FS22 map. Yes, it's got some of the textures like the sheds and things like that from 22, but there's a lot of things that have gone into it that make it improved and look better. So yeah, shout out to Oxy there. Hopefully, like I said, it will get done sorted. So we sorted out the sell points. Also, the trigger has been fixed on the silo. That was both silos as well, one at the dairy farm. They're both fixed now, so we couldn't refill from the silo, but we could tip into it. But that's sorted out now. Also, the nighttime was actually a problem with the map, not on my side, whereas I thought it was something to do with me. But that's been fixed also, so that's great news now. The nighttime's looking normal again. But yeah, we're ready to go. So that's really good news. I'm going to go into some of the changes soon because there's some that I really need to show off. I'm going to also test out a couple of contracts. I did have 3, but I've tried. Obviously, I've had to start a new save game and find them. and I've only got 2 that are available. So we're not going to be able to do the baling, the bale wrapping in the fields, not until it appears. But you know, we can do the rock removal and wood transport. So anyway, let's go and test something out. There's something I really want to do.
Bloody hellfire, here we go again. Scroft in gates. I told you, didn't I? I told you all. Something wrong with this lad. Bloody faffing again.
I know in the last episode I was talking about gates, but I'm only going to talk about them. I'm only going to talk about them really quick, right? So just bear with me. And the one thing I want to point out, again, it's one of the things you might not notice, but if I point it out to you, you're aware of it and you will go, bloody hell, that is pretty cool. And it's because it's raining. If you have a look at the gate, it's actually got water droplet textures on. So Oxy's added into his gates that he's put in the map. Not only do we see the water, but we'll also see snow as well, like a frosty build-up on it. So I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was super cool. Yeah, nerding out again over gates. I know. Do you know what? George might have been right this whole time. Maybe I have got a thing going on for gates. I don't know. I just appreciate the small details because it must take thousands and thousands of hours to get things like that sorted in the game. So I'm going to drive down the road and I want to know, and I'll stop at some point. That bird's low again. Tell you what, they've got some low-flying birds around here. Yeah, I'm going to drive, right? Let me know if you see anything new. Apart from the texture flashing then. I don't know what that was. But yeah, let me know if you see something new. I think that might be like a V-Sync problem. That is very strange. Yeah, that's definitely a graphics issue on my side. It's probably not showing up in the video. But it is for me. I can sort that out. But if it is showing up in the video, apologies for that. But yeah, let's just get in cab. And can you notice anything? 2 things, in fact. And they are outstanding. They really are. It's something that was implemented onto FS25, and we've seen it on the base game maps, but what you'll notice is it's now different. It's different, it's improved, and it's these leaf textures. So in the autumn we get these leaves now lying on the side of the road, and that is new. That is new. So we got that on Calmsden, but these are textures that are actually taken from Whitcomb Park. So these are going to be on Whitcomb Park. They're not the base game leaf textures we'll get that you see on the roads, and I think they look better. They almost look like they're more 3D. And also, we've got a few puddles here and there. So when it's raining now, we'll get build up on the road. And that's been added in by Oxy, and I think it looks excellent. So I just wanted to point that out. That, you know, while we're playing the game, we are getting this, this super cool effect now, where the road's got a load of leaves on. I just want to drive down to one place, because it's pretty cool. Right, I've just jumped out of game, come back. I had a problem with a display port cable in my monitor. It was flickering. So you guys won't see it because it will record fine, but for me it was an absolute nightmare. So I've just had to, waste about half an hour getting to the back of my PC, swapping out this cable, but I'm back and in the game. And so far, fingers crossed, it seems alright. But if it carries on, I'm just going to get through this video and then diagnose the problem after, I guess. But wow, that was a worrying moment. I thought, oh god, as my graphics card started dying on me. But luckily it hasn't. But anyway, we're driving down into the flooded area that was on 22 because I wanted to show you how much that's improved. Because not only have we got like this volumetric fog and lighting, we're also going to drive through this puddle. And look at that. I mean, that is super cool. It really is, because it's got physics on it. So Oxy's added in the water, and it's got proper physics as well. So I just wanted to show that off and, you know, build the hype. Build the hype. Everyone get on the hype train for it. But it's super cool. It is. And you can hear it as well. Not only the church music, but yeah, you've got the water effects. It's cool, isn't it, that? See, that's a perfect example of the potential of FS25 and what it can, you know, what you can do with it, modders can do with it. It's super cool. Let me just check that. You've got, I don't know if you're watching, Oxy, I will make sure I get you a screenshot for this, but it looks like you've got a tiny bit of maybe where you've been... I know you've been painted down gravel underneath the road so it doesn't deform, but you've got a missing bit there, just a tiny section on this this junction here. So just to let you know that you'll probably want to paint that in. Right, anyway, I don't know if you also noticed, Oxy's taking out the texture of the road here to have the mud effect in, with it having deformation, with it having the ground deformation as you're driving through on mud. He's gone back to this. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer it the way it was, or do you like that? I think Oxy would probably like to know, really, what you prefer is. Oh, look at that, sinking down just because I'm slowing down in that spot. That's pretty cool. Right, let's open this gate and we'll do a bit of a drive. I'm only just testing this out just to see the difference, because like I said, he's changed the texture. We had like a textured road in that part. It's weird how it just sinks. It's crazy how it just sinks as well. After about a few seconds of stopping, we sink down a little bit more. But God, it looks good, doesn't it? It does look so much better now, the game, overall. I mean, it's like, what, 25 past 9, and I've had to put my lights on because it got fogged down in this kind of valley bit on Calmsden, and the rain and everything. It's looking, I mean, it does look so good. Really does. Anyway, let's drive this back up to the farm. I'll get all the stuff. I've got a load of stuff at the shop that we're going to need to crack on with to get through these 2 contracts, and I think that's what we'll do in this episode. It'll tie us over. There's a lot to get through, but it's getting close. It is getting close. I'm looking forward to getting into the winter months as well to show you, to show you the snow effects on the gates and just how it looks visually. I did show it in my cinematic that I did for Calmsden, and it is stunning. It really is. And I love the leaves that he's added in now, and also the rain, and the rain as well. I mean, I actually don't think that since I've jumped out and jumped back in again, the leaves have gone, haven't they? Because we've kind of just spawned into the month, so it must be something that happens while you're playing and transitioning through. I think, anyway. Let me just check that. Well, I imagine if we, go into November or something, they would reappear. But you can see, because I've jumped out, the leaves have vanished. But we have got the puddles because of the rain. So, yeah. Anyway, let's park this up. I still need to go get my fast track that's up at the shop from when we actually sold the canola. But for now, let's just park that here. Turn the lights off, and we'll jump up to the store, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on what we've got going on. We've got the Kabuto skid steer that's on the back. This is going to haul us up to where we need to go and break down the rocks, because we're doing some rock removal. We've got the attachment on the front of the skid steer. It's strange how that's the only tool that can have that attachment. I imagine there might be some excavator equipment that we can grab, but this is the only one I can find, a skid steer. Now, I've never actually done rock removal. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my play style in the game, but I'm going to try it out just to test that contract, with it being a bit of a newer contract. Since Calmsden was on 22 anyway, definitely. I've also got the Merlot attached to a trailer. This is what we're going to haul. I imagine we're going to have to, pick up stones and deliver it. And then over here, I've leased in a Fendt 724 Vario with a log trailer that we're going to be using auto load. So we're going to auto load the logs in just to test out. But I think we'll go and start off with the rock removal. It's a shame, really, that I can't get Follow Me on, because that would be the perfect mod right now to transport everything up from the store. But what I'm going to do, because I've lost my auto drive route, I need to bring it in, and I will do that. So I'm just going to make a really crude one just for now that I can follow from the store up to where we want to go. And then, I can take everything up, because both of them tools both of them setups over there. Whoa! It does not like this. Yeah, both of them setups right now are going up to the same location, so we may as well just use this. And I can always remove it out after, and then put in my auto drive route from my other save game that I set up. This is going to be awful. Probably shouldn't have gone with the Skoda, but we're just going to do it now. We've committed to it, and we'll see how it goes. But this is going to fly about the place. Yep, and it's the fact that I'm recording a course as well. It's not ideal at all. Yeah, this was a bad idea, a real bad idea. So let's start this again. I'm going to go get a tractor, which is clearly what I need, and I'll stop faffing about. Right, there we go. That's much better. Got a T7, which will easily do the job. Better than a Skoda. I mean, George was right all along. Skodas, absolutely useless things, aren't they? Sorry to all the Skoda fans out there, but T7 over a Skoda any day. That reminds me, actually, I have made a change to the starting equipment. You'll know that Oxy gave me the honour of, coming up with the starting equipment for everybody. Now, I looked at the first video and the comments on that, and there was one that really stood out to me that I overlooked, which is, even though I went with the John Deere 6R, the baler that I had was about the 6R and the other tractors that we've gone with, they were like probably about 10 horsepower shy of the requirement for that. So I decided to change the John Deere 6R to a 7R, and I've also added in, because I saw some of the comments as well, wear and damage and dirt to all the starting equipment that you're going to get. So mainly the harvesting tractors and all that stuff. But if I just stop here and show you, I forget this Massey and the Fiat Agri. But yeah, this is how it's going to start. You've got the 185 now, but it's got a bit of dirt on, a bit of damage, a bit of wear, and same with the Cedar. But I've changed up the John Deere to a 6R, so you've got more juice in the bonnet up at this one. I changed the reg plate as well on the case, and also on this one because it needed to match that. This is the Gen 2. And I also changed the colour of the trailer. So I've gone with the black version of the Crampy trailer because I think it kind of suits the John Deere setup more. But that's the change I've done. I've also put wear on the 5S up at the dairy farm, and I've also put a bit of wear and damage onto the harvester. So you can see this one's got 50%, but it kind of varies through. So if we go to this, it's 50%. This one's got a bit of mud on it, and it's only taking 10% damage, but it's got a bit of wear on as you can see on the actual tractor. And I just wanted to do that just because I saw the comments, thought it was a good idea. I've also put hours on. I kind of just randomly chose what hours to go with, but it just makes the farm feel a bit more used and realistic. So yeah, thank you so much for all the comments like that. It does help. Because, it's a difficult thing to do. You can't please everyone. And, I just wanted to try my best, really. We've got a bit of traffic going on here. So what I'm going to do, even though I'm recording a course, like I said, it's going to remove this anyway. We're just going to go round him. And we need to go through the gate, turn left, and we can go down this route. But, yeah, it does help me a lot. Especially for something like that. I've never done it before. It's the first time I've ever done it. So yeah, it was a little bit nerve-wracking really, because you don't want to let loads of people, because you know how many people are going to play it. So it can be a little bit nerve-wracking to think that everybody's going to, have an opinion on that and all that, and you can't please everybody. And I tried to go with kind of like the middle ground, but I'm quite happy with it now. I think I'll keep it as that. If Oxy's happy, I'm happy, basically. Because at the end of the day, you can always sell it, can't you? And do what you want with it. Right, so let's carry this on. Every time I have to open a gate, it does mean I've got to start again. But I forgot that. Put the gate back in over here because that removed out. I don't know if you've noticed this, Oxy, but your rainbow's still in. But it's not actually in the sky. And that's probably something you're going to have a look at. But you can see it on your distance. You can see it on the train in the distance, though. So I'll get a screenshot for you and send you that, but that probably needs a bit of adjustment because I know the rainbow's a thing that you've added in on 22, so I don't know if that just needs changing or you want to remove it. I don't know what your plan is with that, but I'll send you a screenshot of that one. Right, so I think this is as good a spot as any. So if we just stop it here and call it 1, because I am going to remove it. It just means that we can use it to get everything up to this spot. And yeah, then we'll start off. I want to actually have a look in here because he's added in all the logs that you'd expect to see from FS25, so it looks really good. You've even got one there that's just, you know, a bit of deadwood that's actually fallen over. I really like that effect. And yeah, you've also got these now, because we've got rot removal, but we've also got the wood transport. Now it looks to me like it's working so far. We've got the logs here to transport away. We've got some rocks that have appeared, and you can see they've got the flags on. These are the ones we're going to have to destroy and get rid of, which looks super cool. Loving all the foliage as well, Oxy, in this area. It really does make it. It really does. Right, let's scoot over to there, and we'll get everything back. I just want to have a look at the road, because I feel like there was a patch of grass that probably shouldn't be there. So if you are watching, Oxy, this section here probably just needs the track putting back in. It's a slight painting bit there, mate. There we go. Job done. Right, so let's just set this going to 1. Off you go, buddy. And also, let's just also do this, but we'll start this off, because I'm hoping it's gonna not struggle. I've tried to put it where it's got just front wheel turning on, but sometimes it doesn't work that well with auto drive when it's got all wheel turning. So far it's alright. I mean, this section's a bit loopy. You can see that's the first spot where I kind of nearly span out. Anyway, they're on the way up. Right, so I've just sent over all the pictures so far that we found to Oxy. So as we're going, we're doing really well. We're helping out, getting the testing done, which is a good thing. But yeah, that rainbow, I think, needs a looking at, definitely. Especially on that side of the map, it looks a little bit more. Yeah, we'll have to hope that that's an easy fix. I don't actually know. It could be one though where it needs to be removed. I'll have to see what happens with that. But anyway, let's get into the skid steer, turn her on, and we're going to go and try and start off this rot removal. Like I said, first time I've ever done this. I've got a good idea of what we're doing, but I've never actually done it in game. But yeah, that should be interesting. At least it's clearly marked where we have to go. They've got a big red flag, so we're not going to miss them. Yeah, that's right next to the logs as well. So I'm hoping this doesn't do too much damage, but there we go. Got the sound effects, so we're doing something. So imagine just like a pile of stones is going to be on the floor that we need to pick up after this. There we go. Pretty straightforward, and we've got some stones on the floor. Easy. Simple as that. Going back to talking about the comments in the video and how important they've actually been, I'll give you a good example of that. Oxy saw a comment of, it was more like a suggestion to put a sound effect in the background. Now, you'll have to hear out for this. Oxy has added it into Calmsden, but I've not heard it yet, which is a sound effect of random gunshots in the background, so like people going shooting. So I don't know, I think it might be around the summertime, but yeah, you'll have to listen out and see if you can hear that, because if it does happen, let me know if I miss it. I might have missed it already, but yeah, we're looking for the summertime. So obviously we're in October, so it might not be the case. I don't know exactly how long it is, but at some point you should hear some good gunshots in the distance, which I thought was such a good idea, and Oxy obviously thought the same. There is actually a lot more than I thought. I think this could be it though. That looks like one there, but there's no flag in it, but we'll try that one. And we just got to remember to pick them up as well. Right, so I've just done all them rocks, but I actually got a message pop up when I did the other one, and you can tell that I'm new to it because it said I wasn't supposed to have destroyed that rock. And only limit yourself to the ones that are marked, so only do the ones that are flagged. Do you know what I like about it as well? If you are someone that wants to do logging, this map could be perfect logging map, because they're all the type that you want to chop down. They're You know, they're not annoying ones, are they? They're easy to log around here. So that's going to be good. I think this is the last one. And I actually think that we don't have to deliver it. I think, yeah, it is. It's finished. So all we had to do really was destroy the rocks. And I don't know if it just also vanishes. It does, yeah. So really, we could go and pick some up and then deliver it. Let me just test that out. Jump into the Merlot. Detach from that. But we can just get a bucket load. We don't have to do this. Like, I'm happy for it to stay on the floor. Really. But yeah, we should just be able to pick some of these up, and then obviously you've got rocks to do whatever it is you want to do. Wow, that didn't like that, did it? So I think the texture's there, but I'm not picking it up. So we definitely destroyed one over here. Right, so I don't think there's any rocks on the floor, as I can see. And we've got the ground deformation that's making it a little bit difficult for... Yeah, making it a little bit difficult for the Merlot. But it doesn't look like we've got much rocks to actually pick up. So I don't know if that's just how it's supposed to be. I don't think it is. So yeah, we can't pick rocks up. So I imagine if that's just the contract, you can remove it and job done. But that's about it. But let's go pick up these logs. I mean, I love that texture. Look at the ground texturing now. Looks like we've actually been in and out. And so if you start doing proper logging up here, you know, the track's going to get muddy and it's going to look really good. But anyway, let's get this sorted out. Hopefully we won't get stuck in the mud with this, because this is going to be a lot to haul. The ground deformation in this woodland area is pretty cool. Right, so let's try start loading these on. It might take, yeah, it's going to take more than one trip to do this because of the size trailer I got. But let's go for it. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. As you can see, the ground deformation is playing a part to this. We are bobbing all over the shop. I'm going to try and do a bit of a loop, but wow, I probably should have got a bigger tractor for this. Maybe the 7R. I mean, it's just so cool. See, that looks like the stones on the ground there, but maybe it's just such a small amount. I'm not sure. Let's do a bit of a loop. We'll come back on ourselves, because I don't think I can... I mean, I might be able to get through that section there. Yeah, oh God, it's so much easier on the grass, but as soon as it hits the mud, it doesn't like it at all. Unless you take a run up. But I mean, it looks good though. You can't deny that. It looks really good where we've been. I mean, if it wasn't raining, it'd probably be a little bit... You know, if it wasn't raining, it'd probably be easy as well, but we've made it more difficult with the rain. But anyway, we are out. Let's go take these to the sawmill, make sure everything's working. At least we know the stone collecting or the stone destruction mission has worked. That's all good. We just need to collect that one and finish it off. But yeah, let's take these and we'll get the rest of them and make sure that's working, because with this it's not just about, you know, picking up the logs, it's about delivering them as well. And I know we've got a bit of a helping hand by using the autoload feature on Loki's amazing mod, Universal Autoload. Why not? Also, I love that mod. I do. I think Loki's an absolute genius, and what he's created there is an outstanding mod. welcome back everybody. I thought I'd put that on a bit of a time lapse as we fly through this. I saw a problem with the edge of the boundary up at the top, but I've reported that to Oxy. He knows about it. It's actually been fixed for the next version he's sending out. So we're getting through them. It's you know, each single thing, every single time we find something, it's going to help out and get it closer, you know, to finally being in the hands of all the players, and that's the most important part to all this. You know, it's all right me doing a series on it, but it's just to show you, really, you know, me going through it. But you know, when I'm properly playing on it, you know, I'll be doing some harvesting, my traditional style let's play, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that just as much as everyone else is. Looking forward to getting hands on with it, but it's exciting. It is to finally get it close to being ready to send to Giants. So we're getting there. But no, this is what I was on about. If you can see that, it looks like a fair jump off the edge there. I mean, I'm tempted to do it, I'll be honest. I'm tempted just to jump off and see what happens, but I'm not going to do that, just in case everything goes really bad and it's a big problem and a mess. Right, so the last load, and we can leave this here. We'll return all the lease stuff. But there we go. Both of them are finished, so if we just go and finish off both these contracts, we should have 2 that are complete. Yep, that's it. So we've got the rot removal. Let's collect the money for that. And also the wood transport. Collect that. And we know that both of them are working really well. So that's great news. Right, let's move over to... I mean, I was looking at this. I took a screenshot of it thinking, how cool. How cool does that look? It does look amazing. The mud texture and the ground deformation. We've just kind of flattened it out. We've got this track going through. It looks super cool. Right, one last thing then before we go into the next episode. I think on episode 4, what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do on episode 4 is I'm going to get into the winter months. We've got a bit of traffic there as well. But no, what I want to do is stand here. And in the village area, this is what I've been told. I've asked Oxy, but in the village area, we should get some gunshot sound effect. Because I know the person that put the comment out, for them mainly, just to let them know that it is in the map now. So I'm just going to listen out. And it might take a while, but I'm going to stay here. I'll do a cut so it's not so long for you, but I'm just going to leave it here and let the game sounds go up. I've gone into November now. I'm walking through this area. Just stunning, it is. And with the leaves and everything, it just feels alive. But yeah, let's finish off. I've got something to show you before we finish off, but I'm glad the leaves have come back. Right, so this gate now opens up. So that's good news. We just jump on that side because the trigger. So that gate now opens up. And I've had a few questions or comments in the video, in previous videos, about muck and where it spawns. So when the cows are inside in this section here, so if we just put some in, and just to show you, let's put some of the young stock in, put 50 in there. So they're obviously in here. You can open and shut the gate. But if you do put straw bedding in, the whole area on the floor will obviously show up as straw. But manure spawns inside that section. So what we need to do is obviously open the gate to get in and muck out. So we are going to need to muck out in that section. And then if you just place, I don't know, you could make a pile anyway. It's up to you at that point. But that's where the spawn point is for manure. It's kind of on the straw bedding. So we do need to manually muck out, which I thought was good because I prefer it that way. So that's good news. Anyway, let's jump in here. I've put the gate back in with my tyres that I put in as well. I think it looks better. Don't know if you've noticed already, but we've got cows in here. So this is something that I've done. And a shout out to Cartech as well, who helped me with this because, he actually thought something similar. So in the last episode, I was talking about the fact we couldn't put these pastures down because they vanish as soon as you remove the fences. So I had an idea. I think Oxy also had an idea. And, so did Kartek. So Kartek sent me one for the sheep. So if you wanted to do one for sheep, he sent me that. Basically, what he did is just remove the collisions, and also he changed the defuse on the visual. So it's actually there. You just can't see it because he changed it to a clear glass defuse. So yeah, the texture for the fence now is clear glass. Now I had the same thought around the time that Kartek did, but I was working on a cow one for cows. So I made this. It's got milk and everything, but I didn't use the clear glass texture. I changed it to non-renderable, so it doesn't render in. But yeah, it's there. Now, this isn't going to come out on ModHub. It's not going to be part of the map. It's just to show that it can work. But I will say, Cookie is working on a mod pack that's going to have all the pastures in that you can do this in. So hopefully by the time Calmsden comes out, this will also be ready to release on ModHub. Cookie's confirmed to me that he's going to put it on ModHub, and it should have all these pastures in and basically invisible fences. So, there's no collisions on them. You can walk through them and you can place down and have proper custom pastures where you can use the fences and the hedges and all that stuff as guides for where you want these fields to be. But you just still have to place down the fence. It's just going to be invisible. So I just wanted to let you know that we are going to get a solution for this. Modders obviously are brilliant. Even I've been able to do this just for personal use, but it is doable, and that's the most important part of it, because you want to be able to make a custom pasture out here. You want to be able to place down sheep and pigs and horses and whatever else, chickens, whatever, wherever you want in a certain area, and we can do that. So keep an eye out for Cookie's mod. Shout out to him. Shout out to Kartek as well for helping me. And yeah, it's it means that we can do it. And I think it was important to put milk in as well, because even though the grass is broken and the dynamic, and the way that the dynamic pasture works isn't that good, because even if they fed off the meadow grass, it doesn't make them productive, so they don't even milk anyway. So you're still going to have to put hay in here at least, or silage. But I don't mind that. I don't mind putting the cows out in summer, putting hay and silage in there, getting milk as well still, and then in the winter putting them in, and then obviously feeding them like a TMR mix or something. I like the idea of that because it's a lot more realistic than just putting your cows out, having no milk, and also having no productivity on them. Or the other option is keeping them indoors all year round. So at least with this, I can put the cows out, I can feed them hay bales, and even if they do fix the grazing, that's not going to have an impact on the milk production and the actual productivity and the health of the cows, because if you feed them just grass or meadow grass, they get about 10% health, if that. So yeah, it's better. It's a more realistic option. I like the fact I can give hay and silage, and I can still get milk, and I can put my cows out for summer in game, which makes it more realistic. So I just wanted to point that out. I have got this. It's for personal use, obviously, because I've just made an edit of the base game stuff. But Cookie is working on one, and we're definitely going to get stuff like this for players. So keep an eye out for it. Hopefully it'll get on ModHub about the same time as Calmsden releases, because then that'd just be the perfect time. And I know Cookie's working hard on it as well, so shout out to him. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Really enjoyed it. Hope you have too. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and keep an eye out for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be releasing episode 4 of this, and we're going to get into the winter months and have a look at some of the snow and so on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you, everybody.